Greetings, folks, and welcome back as we continue our adventures. Alright, so some games of Dart have been had, a new friend for Wintress has been discovered, and all of you enjoy the time here in the Rabbit's Foot for a little while. Games, chatting, things like that. What is your plan after that?
I'm gonna go see my two professors.
Yeah, I wanna do that too. I wanna see my professor.
I wanna ask.
Sorry, mouthful of pills.
Where I can find her if I ever want to talk to her.
She'll give you information.
Yes, I got info. Let's go.
Because I have two professors to talk to, one for research and one for actual classes.
And then I'll stay with Carrie because our teachers are the same.
We should stop. We should stop by the front desk and actually tell them that we are in fact registering.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah.
We neglected to do that.
Yeah.
We can just go on. They won't care, right?
Well, so we have official passes and everything.
A fish. Gotta make sure this is done right.
I heard my name.
I said a fish pass.
Yeah.
Ooh, we're gonna be fishermen?
An ordnance?
Oh no,
No.
Carrie, watch out, you might drown while fishing.
Oh no.
You know what? You can go fuck right off.
I'd rather bugger off, thank you.
Bugger off.
Anyway, so we'll start with Claude because you've got two teachers to go to. We'll start with your first one.
Is that... Hold on. 3, 2, 5. Is that, pushing?
Yes. Push.
I have no idea how you spell it.
Prushian.
Yes. I put it P-U-S-S-I-A-N.
There's in chat. Prushan.
Ah. Thank you. I will update my sheet with that. Okay, well, I'll go see Professor Prushan.
Okay. You'll follow the directions you were given to the location. And you'll find, like, the professor's actually giving a small lecture at this point in time. It seems to be the back end of the lecture, explaining the finer points of actual practical uses of necromancy in a modern Dominaria. It seems to be the thing. Which he kind of expounds for, like, the necromancy itself is not an evil act necessarily. Oftentimes, many folks that practitioner it do it for such cruel and malicious reasons. The uses in certain areas where oftentimes dead do outweigh the living, things such as skeletons and zombies can be an easy asset for rebuilding and populating processes. In more civilized areas of Urborg, for example, oftentimes dead are used because they walk. Unfortunately, majority of necromancers tend to get corrupted by their own dark magic, and it requires, usually, those around them to keep them in check. But there are other forms of necromancy beyond just snuffing out life and the raising in the dead. And he'll kind of go into a lecture that there are some forms of necromancy which can be more positive to society, but usually it should be mixed with other types of magic and not spurned upon by a strategic person. That it rather than focus on one, you know, it's if one wishes to practice a little bit, it's for the best that way. Anyway. When he's done, he'll start to, like, clean up some things as so much of the students will head out.
I will wait a moment, let the class clear a few seconds, and then approach.
Can I help you?
Yes, I'm not sure if you're really the person I need to talk to, but they sent me here. I'm trying to do some research on shadow races, not really like like undead shadow peep things, but actually races such as the Saltari.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Uh-oh. Steve.
Dancing.
Steve.
Oh.
Oh,
That's
spaghetti.
so shiny. Why is it so shiny? What is it? 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 I can't hear you. You're dead. No. I can't hear you.
What is it, Mads? You're muted.
I forgot I was muted.
I can't read your lips.
The girl who cried wolf.
The
Classic.
Mads who couldn't speak.
She's just had arms full of stuff and couldn't open a door, and I'm like, you could have put it down. There's a perfectly good place to put it down next to you.
That didn't occur.
I like your nose lines. Your nose lines.
This is the second time I've heard that today, oddly enough.
I like your nose.
No, specifically the nose line.
The nose is average.
I have a very cute button nose, excuse you.
I got a giant old schnoz.
So
Anyway.
we're talking to this person here.
Yes, I was saying I'm not sure if he's really the person I need to talk to, but they sent me to him. I'm looking actual up information on shadow races, not undead shadows. But the person who sent me here didn't know anything about them and suggested I start with you.
Well, it's not necessarily a bad thing to start with me. And you were hoping to research it while you were here in the college?
Yes.
Well, I don't need to necessarily be the one that gives you it, but intriguing me. There aren't many actual races that deal with shadows directly. I don't think I've ever heard of any.
I did some digging, some minor research already, and found 3 races in particular I want to look into: the Satari, the Dothi, and the Thalicos.
Again, unfortunately, I can say I've never heard of any of them.
They're from outside our plane.
He looks confused that you would know even that, then.
From at least what I understand, the information I was able to uncover was back from the weather.
I mean, you could say they're from Rath. You could say that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're from Rath. Sorry.
See, because people know about that, especially here in the college. You're like, okay. Yes, strange races from Rath. Are you looking in? Did you run into some that might still be on the plane since them merging?
Yes, I believe that it's possible. We met a man who seemed to be made of shadow.
Interesting. Well, I can... Look, I'm not saying that I can necessarily help out a lot, but I can look into perhaps allowing you some access to some things.
I will also be taking some classes here, so this research will be on the side, not what I'm focusing in studies.
Well, yes, I guess it shouldn't be a problem, I guess, for you to study this. I guess you need some kind of approval, yes?
Yes. They said I didn't need full how did he put it? I have a friend who's also doing his own research here. Who is a member, so he didn't need approval, but I needed some extra, someone else to sign off since I'm doing my own.
I see what you're saying. Well, I mean... seems like an interesting topic to research, and it might dive into the levels of it. There are very few types of shadow magic. They tend to... or manipulations of shadows. They tend to follow a necromantic path. So I wouldn't be surprised if, at very least, the strength of the black mana within it, within the race, is very powerful. And possibly there could be uses of necromancy in their very nature. So I can see an approval into researching it. You'll have to inform me if it does involve necromancy directly or not.
I'll be very happy to.
Well, sure. I can sign off on you, then.
Thank you. Was I giving paperwork or anything that I had to have him?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll have him sign it then.
Mm-hmm.
And then I guess I'll head off to Luthal. Or I don't know how you spelled it, so I also did a rough spelling of my own.
Yes. Luthal. But we'll do that in a second. Let's move on to Maxwell.
Maximilian!
That's me. So wait, what was I? I need to go talk to my teacher, right?
Yes. What did
And who was your teacher?
Yeah, who was your teacher?
Don't remember the name. Was I given a name?
You were given a name, and I wrote it down here really badly.
Ugh.
So I was hoping you were gonna recall it.
We can give him a different name, like
Bob.
Bradbury.
Ah, there it is. There it
Okay.
is. Ubias.
Ubias.
Luthal Ubias.
No, Luthal's mine. Ubias is
Oh,
yours.
Ubias. Okay. Am I in front of him?
Sure. He seems to be a man that's actually you will find in a music room. When you find him, he is on a violin with sets of instruments that seem to be playing themselves all around him. So there's almost like an orchestra being played.
Oh. I take a seat to watch it and listen.
He puts on an incredibly good show. Let me just check. Let's see how good it is. He puts on an excellent show. The music is beautiful. You really probably haven't heard much about this ever. Like, it's the best music you've heard? Maybe some of the best.
Is he played a self-played organ though?
No, why would he play that? That's just
So wait, did he finish with the show? Like,
he'll like finish up then and like kind of like give like a kind of bow to the non-existent crowd and then notice you.
I'm kind of clapping, and I was going, and I say, "Excuse me, are you Master Ubeus?"
I am indeed, sir. What brings you here and into my presence? I didn't expect someone to step in here as I was working.
My apologies about that. I'm interested in what was I trying to do? Like get approval or like research something?
Like in his classes?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I thought you were taking classes, yeah.
I'm a potentially new student interested in learning your ways. I also wanted to mention that was some of the most beautiful music I've ever heard in my life.
Thank you.
I'm a traveling bard and merchant by nature, and part of me would really love to be taken under your wing to learn more.
Well, perhaps I could assist. Teach you a few things, yeah?
That'd be lovely. I believe I have. I believe my time is a bit short. My employer mentioned me and my colleagues can only stay for around a month or so. I don't know if it's possible to condense all that information in that time frame.
There's much information to learn if you're going to be under, but perhaps we can find a few things here or there that you can learn in the meantime. You don't seem completely without some skill to you. What did you say your name was?
My name is Maxwell, the merchant.
Well, Maxwell the merchant. I expect you to be in my class first thing in the morning.
Oh, I can do that. Absolutely. I'm a bit of an insomniac compared to most other students. Sleep is something that I only require very little of. So I will be ready and prepared.
Excellent. Well then.
Do I need to sign any forms for this?
No.
Okay. Tomorrow morning it is then. I offer to shake his hand.
He'll give you a small shake, just like one of those like this quick grasp, one quick shake,
Yeah.
and then let go. You know, very simple thing. Yes.
I head off.
All right. Let's go to next. Uldrian. Eludrian for Wintress and Carrion. And that's how her name is spelled. Eludrian.
Carrie.
Yes, Winter.
We gotta go talk to the lady about signing up because we learned that we'll be here.
Yes. Can I remind you that I'm frankly surprised you agreed to take lessons?
I took lessons before. I know
You sought for lessons.
it wasn't normally they were fighting lessons, not like reading lessons, but it can't be that different, right?
It's just, you remember when I taught you how to speak Infernal?
Yes.
That's how they're gonna be like?
Can I sleep?
Did you go through my lessons on Infernal?
Sometimes?
Then there's your answer. Let's go find this person.
I'll follow behind.
Can we go to find the professor?
What was that?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
I thought I was getting like hacked by
idea.
something.
Yeah, that beeping noise came out of nowhere. I'm like, where the hell did that come from?
Somebody's coming for you.
Oh no.
It's the FBI that hacked into my computer. They saw me looking at plushes of Hammond.
Oh, who's beeping?
Heard it again.
Yeah. Is someone going to explode?
Fish?
God, I
It's-
hope not. I don't think
Fish,
it's
if
me.
you're exploding, please beep again.
Oh no, he turned inside out and exploded.
No, what? What?
At least not this time, probably.
Hopefully not. I don't want to do that. Does not sound like a pleasurable experience.
No, you know.
It's from a movie.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I see.
What the hell is it? Galaxy Quest.
Thank you for remembering
Oh
it.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
What happened?
God, I
What
remember.
happened? I heard screaming. It turned inside out. It exploded.
Yup.
Yeah, that did happen in that movie.
Yeah. One of those weird pig monsters.
Hmm.
Anyway. Back to teachers.
Yeah. That beeping. You'll be given directions to find her, and she seems to be just in an area where talking to some students.
I'm gonna kind of sidle up and just wait until she acknowledges me.
Okay.
I'll be like, you know, if Carrie's like up front, I'm like behind her, but just like to the left a little bit, kind of like I'm hiding, but not really. It's just I'm trying not to be noticed.
You didn't accidentally go invisible, right?
No, not
That's my job.
No, that's what I meant. Carrie didn't accidentally go invisible.
No, and I'm also not the one beeping.
Neither am I. I don't know who's beeping.
I think it's fish.
I don't think I'm beeping.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm gonna
backing
mute
up
my mic,
slowly?
see if anything happens.
I'll mute mine too.
No, I don't know. I'm not hearing it right now, so
I unmuted.
I'm hearing it fine.
Yeah, I
Okay,
haven't
so
heard a
the
beep
series-
again.
Oh no, apparently someone's quiet sounding right now too. I haven't noticed it, but it might
Yeah.
be on stream. I'll just have to listen to everybody when they're speaking again.
Don't listen to me.
I haven't been saying many words.
Well,
You have not been
in the
heard.
chat, Unfunny said the player talking to Mads.
Could
Was
be
being quiet, so it would have been
could be
Lynn's
Lindsay,
probably.
who was a little quiet. I turned you up a little bit, so just I mean, since you're not usually loud anyway, so I don't have to worry about it. Anyway, okay, I don't know where the beeping's coming from. All right, so after a little while, she'll kind of finish up like talking to people and just like kind of like get back to what looks like reading a book. There was the goddamn beeping again.
I haven't heard it. I didn't hear it this time.
It went.
It just reminds me of that Harry Potter.
Mysterious ticking noise.
Yes, the
The mysterious ticking noise. Great, so there's a pipe bomb somewhere around here.
I swear it's like Morse code.
I'm not hearing a beeping.
I just heard it a second ago.
And no, I
Maybe Discord's gonna blow up.
Oh no! Beep boop, mother truckers.
Beep bop boop. What is love?
maybe don't hurt.
Baby, don't hurt me.
Anyway,
I have plenty of humor, so anyway, I'll just kind of cough a little bit and say, I was told to come talk to you.
oh, yes, hello. What can I
Hi.
do for you?
Well, you see, I don't have any, but I really want to learn, and my friend here just kind of followed suit. So I was told to talk to you.
So you want to learn some basics. You're signing up. You have an interest in magic and wish to learn. Okay. Excellent. All right. Sure. I can get you into some early classes. Here, let me sign you up for a few basics. Starts tomorrow morning then.
Alright. Absolutely. Oh, sorry.
Nice.
What time in the morning?
8 sharp. Don't be late.
I will not be. I'll try to get her by then. Thank you, Mysterious Beeping. Yeah, I guess I'll see you at 8 in the morning. Bye.
Morning.
Morning.
You sound
Evening.
nervous, Carrie.
Winters, I've never actually been to a.
But you know so many things.
Because I read a lot. I don't know how schools work. I've never been in a classroom.
My grandfather told me that schools are for chumps.
I'm
Wow.
the biggest chump out there.
I thought schools were for fools.
But I will be a chump for you.
I mean, you don't have to. You could skip classes if you. I'm not going to force you to come to learn about how to do magic.
I just signed up for class. I'm going crazy.
Beep. I signed up for class. Beep off.
I can't become a delinquent on my first day of class, Carrie. You can't. What will
This is going to sound widely
your mother
insulting.
think? I've never met your mother, but I'm sure she wouldn't be proud of me.
Your mother.
Hello, mother.
Yeah, Kira's going to get a little bit sad at that because she recently witnessed a lot of things and memories. Wintress, you do realize my mother's dead, right?
Wow.
She's probably still watching.
Oh god, I hope not. She'd be so disappointed in me. Let's just... Do we even know where we're staying? Do we have a dorm?
You were supposed to, once you got everything, come back to the guy that you got all the stuff from, and he would give you dorms.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Then I guess we return to the man with the power
Okay.
to give us room.
Mental.
Alright, so Kazrin, you were heading to Exia, which is pronounced...
Exia.
Yeah.
My
Exia.
finger hurts. What is this beeping?
It haunts my
know.
existence.
It sounds
don't
like a
think it's
movie
me.
beep. You know, like when a movie's about to go on, it goes beep,
Yeah.
beep.
It's like an electrocardiogram.
No.
No.
It's possible that it might be me because I'm on my phone, but I don't know why that would cause it.
I
Internal
have no idea.
beeping. The phone's trying to converse with us.
Anyway... So, you'll actually go to, like, a very lower level. You have to go very far down into the tower. Into an area where there seems to be, in the center, is a display of kind of, like, what looks to be old artifacts, from, the original Tolaria Academy. Heading off into one of the side chambers seems to be a number of workshops. You'll actually be directed to someone's office. And it's got Exia, teacher, professor, head researcher. But like it looks as though like a lot of titles are written under there, like mistress of artifice, master smith.
Wonderful.
Like there's like 10 different titles like under the name. It looks like only one, like, and you can tell it looks like only one was actually probably originally written to the door, and the others have just been added, most likely by her.
Sounds about right for an artificer. Kaz will knock on the door.
Mm-hmm. Ah, come in.
And he will enter.
Are you in my 4:30?
Hello. Am I?
I didn't think it was a
Possibly.
goblin.
I did not set up an appointment formally. I'm not sure if someone set it up for me.
'Cause my 4:30 hasn't shown up, and it's like
8 a.m. the next morning.
I don't know what time it is now. 6? It might be 6. What can I do for you?
Kazran,
Kazrin.
I am here because, well, I'm joining the school and I'm an artificer myself, and I was hoping I might learn from you.
Oh, full-time, part-time?
Part-time.
Okay, I gotcha. Well, you came to the right place. Anything that's from old Tolaria can be found and studied here. Welcome aboard, Kazrin. I expect you to show up get some dinner and come back here in like 4 hours.
I could do that. That could work.
Yeah, we're going to go work on a dig. So you can help out with that. We'll get you started.
That sounds exciting. I'm happy to do that. All right, that sounds wonderful.
Excellent. Now about my
Perfect. I
4:30.
will-
If you see someone on the hall that's much taller than you and I'm gonna say male, tell them they're late.
I will do that to every tall male person I find.
Excellent. One of
Which is
them
every
it'll
male
be,
person you find.
one of them it'll be accurate for.
Kaz will leave.
Okay.
Do I come across any tall male figures?
Probably.
Great. I'm gonna literally say to everyone, "Hey, you're late for your meeting," and then walk away.
There's gonna be a lot of confused people, but it's okay. So, Joe, you and Latula will be meeting with Luthal.
Yes.
You're gonna find Luthal in what one of the upper floors in what appears to be like a area for students to like relax and stuff. You can see like one of the areas like from like this main room, which appears to be more like a small place that they're putting on like some statues of various figures in the center. So there's like these four corners of these four statues. And then there's an area that leads off to what looks to be recreation, and one that leads off in the other direction to cafeteria from that level. You're supposed to head towards the recreation one.
I will head towards the recreation.
And you will find a woman that's kind of like sitting in an area with like some like incense burning. She seems to be meditating on some cushions in an area that's filled with all these kind of cushions. It's a small room like filled with incense. She's got a couple of like students around with her.
Did she you said she seems to be meditating?
Yes.
I will take a seat and just kind of wait a little bit.
Mhm.
I don't want to interrupt someone's meditation.
Welcome. I see we have new people to the circle.
Hello.
Are you here to just relax or for another reason?
I'm actually starting classes. I was told to meet with you.
Oh! You command with an outer being, yes?
Yes.
I might not be able to help you perfectly, but I'll try my best. I'm one of the residents here, and the only professor that really does. I command with the great fays of nature, and the spirits of the wild. It's similar, but yet different.
Interesting. I talk to death.
And you? Spirit of my goddess? Interesting. We haven't had any people like you before. It's going to be great to study how your commencement is it? Here in the meditation room, you could join us now. We try to commend with our inner spirits. All of us are my great students which commend with different things. You try to, focus your mind and use the incense and the magic around you to focus inwards and commune with your nature and that which you've made a deal with. To understand it more and why it chose you. Because it's not just that you chose it, it chose you. Here, have a focus crystal. It might help too. Come, join us. We'll get started right away. Your first class will be in the morning, but come. We'll try to meditate a little with the rest of us. And then we can see where we can work with you then from there. And you join the hippie circle.
God.
Oh my lord.
Well, I mean, she does commune with the Fae, so...
Yep.
Hey, Carrie, I might have found you a connection. Hippie. What do you think she probably has?
She has weed.
God. Oh.
That's probably what all the incense is. Huh?
I mean, like, when you commune with outer beings, maybe there's some sensory altering materials that are going around. Possibly. After all of you kind of settle in for a little bit, you'll get your assigned dorm rooms. Each of you will get your own room. The rooms themselves, when you get to them, they're not huge. Think of them almost as like a small one-room area. Bed, table, a chest. There's a magical wash basin that you're told that if you want to use it, it can fill itself twice a day. And there is a place to dump it out, too, if you need to refreshen it. It's out in a small closet area. It's basically like a room next to the water closet, where you can dump the extra water that you've used. Effectively, it's like, think of it like magic spigot that can, use create water twice a day.
Yeah.
So.
Hey, at least it's not salt water.
Nope. Yeah, and so the rooms are pretty simple otherwise. You have access to the cafeteria. There is a main cafeteria with like a kind of kitchen area off to the side. I would say it reminds you of what you'd had with the goblin. There is also a 4 little cafe areas where if you just want to relax and read, maybe enjoy like a hot drink, like a tea or a coffee, you can get it there.
Do we get dining credits?
You get sure. you get free credits at the. You can take advantage of the cafeteria area. Get the food just fine. Okay. Three meals a day. The coffee and tea and stuff at like the areas, you give access to that kind of too, as long as you're studying here. There are actually also 4 restaurants in that area, like full restaurants, that if you want a little bit something of like a little bit more formal. They're assuming because you're all adults, relationships might happen. It's not actually against any command things there. So it's a place to go because you can't really travel to nearby towns and stuff.
Right.
The entertainment area, that itself has a number of like buildings, shops, things like that. A small shopping area with like think of it almost like a main street, with like a couple of stores that sell various goods you might want and some like things like that. It's got private rooms like the meditation chamber and stuff. You have access to the sports area where there is an actual arena down there. For formal things like competitions with the schools, if they do like combat competitions, or for duels and stuff like that, and like a gym area where you can and a couple of actual areas that have been built out for various mundane and magical sports. I have to. There's probably something akin to like an underground field with like grass, which is kind of unusual. For something akin to like somewhere in between rugby and soccer. There really is only one team, and they don't really play against anybody, but they practice it.
No Quidditch?
No, Quidditch, that's just stupid.
Got him. Is the whole party here, or just like one person?
I guess all of you could plan for a meetup. When would you want to meet up? After like you've gotten into your rooms and stuff? I mean, like Kazarin has something to do in a couple of hours, and Claude will probably be like the latest person because they'll be like meditating for a while.
Wouldn't you still pass out in her bed?
Mm-hmm.
I'll just chill in the room and veg out in there while they're doing that.
Okay. So, time will go on, and your classes and your events will go on. Maxwell, you're gonna learn some interesting things.
You tell.
Yes. You're gonna get to experience a couple of instruments you never got to try before. You also learn like a little bit of tricks to your own kind of magics. Things that you didn't realize that you had. You also begin to like understand a little bit more about how your tongue works. You actually kind of confide in Ubeus, and he actually will help you out learning it more. It seems to do a little bit more than just mimicking stuff, and a little practice seems to make me be able to come in different directions with it too. One thing you discover is you seem to be able to mimic just more than any sound.
I'm back.
Any sound, so not just voices?
Yes.
You can make trumpet noises.
Oh my god. Wait, I can play the organ with my mouth now!
You can mimic the ordnance, yes.
Yes.
The only thing you notice that it's very good at like mimicry, so you can't be very creative. You have to kind of do what you sing with it. So that's why you feel still like. But the thing is, what you also discover is you can, in a way, use wood instruments or wind instruments that require breath. You don't have breath, but you can almost mimic sounds into it to recreate other types of sounds with it.
Okay,
Like
do I need an instrument to use or do I need to have the wood instrument in front of me? Or
yeah, you basically can almost like use it as a sound chamber.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. It's something that you'll discover that you can do, so you can use wood instrument. It will produce a different sound than normal, but you can actually you'll figure out how to use it.
That's super cool.
Kazrin, you'll dive into the depths of old Tolaria. You'll help out with digs. You'll kind of move around with artifacts and stuff. And you'll discover ways of like building things that you didn't think about before. Old techniques of stuff. I'm assuming you'll kind of look into something of like you privately, and with the help of like your teacher, you'll kind of look into, I'm sure, similar airship technology, I'm guessing.
Yeah. Well, I find out what the Predator is first.
I will say you can find out what it was. It was an airship. And then you'll be able to look into it, because you'll hear tales that the Weatherlight was an airship too. A skyship. And you'll learn about some of the early and kind of skyships that existed. There are still skyships out there. They're just few and far between.
Okay.
They're very rare, and they're usually owned specifically by countries or the like incredibly powerful.
Yeah, that tracks. Would I be able to find like plans for a ship, or like at least descriptions that I can make plans based off of?
You can find some descriptions of some basics, but nothing of like what you know about with like what like the description of the Predator is very different. And skyships nowadays that are in process are not the size of the Weatherlight. Nothing as the Weatherlight, which is a pretty small skyship, I would say, when you compare it to the tales of both the Predator and the Phyrexian skyships, was nothing.
Right. Do I know where the Predator went down?
You will hear that it was last seen in Urborg.
Wonderful. Great. That's exactly where I wanted to go.
Stories tell that the last battle between the Weatherlight and the Predator were at the tower in Urborg. And it was said that the Predator went down along with a number of Phyrexian skyships in that area that were battling with the Weatherlight before the fall of the Evankar Tower.
Okay.
I'm going to say all of you will then will allow you to spend a month here training.
Nice.
And learning. So, Carrie, you learn the basics of magic. Wintress, well, you also will learn more basics. You'll learn things you didn't actually know before about magic. Things that you weren't actually aware of. You'll kind of dive into depths about, like, and learn a little bit more about your own magic and how it works. And a little bit about how, like, your people's magic worked. The natural magics that your people had. More than just what the rangers and the shamans would know. Effectively, the rangers and the druids. They tap into very natural things very often. But there's an inherent magic with the core people. Carrion, kind of moving back to you. you'll learn that not only you have affinity for magic, you do have an affinity, of course, towards black mana, which makes perfect sense. It's the demon deep within you. And your teacher actually thinks that, like, there might be more to your abilities as a child of a mortal and demon than you think.
Carrie's cool.
Mm-hmm. Claude, you will spend the time conversing almost with death, and it's not like an actual conversation,
Right.
per se. It's you get the feeling of like where the line between life and death is. You begin to understand a lot of your own nature too, and you will unlock all of your strange transformations. I'll put the rest of the list on there. If you haven't checked, they currently all have names, and I will put now the full list
thank
on.
you.
Let me put the others on the list then. Boop, 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 boop.
And I can give myself a new anachronism last name. And maybe middle name.
Mm-hmm. Even the Lakelith, or the Lycid, actually has a name.
Is it Bob?
It's this.
Yes, I see. With Rupert.
It's a bug monster that's like a bug slime monster that is freaking parasitic or symbiotic.
I have a dragon in my head.
Half dragon.
Okay, you just put dragon. That's what my.
Yeah, and like a half fiend, a fiend, the dragon. I just kept it simple when I was just putting things like that. And anyone that actually has a gender, I mentioned it. Some do not have actual genders or genders as you understand.
Well, like the tree folk.
Yeah. So, in game terms, all of you will level up. Plus, I will give you some other stuff too.
Woo!
Ooh.
Which includes some proficiencies that you'll gain. So,
We level up now or for next session?
next session, we're ending at 10:30, so I'm thinking why don't we call it here as we're spending the month learning stuff, and I can give everybody all their stuff that they're getting over the time period, so we'll kind of like give it there. So,
Sure.
Yep.
Half dragon, half being, giant tree folk, Lakelith, Dolphy, Sliver.
Sliver's the only one that you couldn't understand, and you haven't unlocked, I'm gonna say.
Okay. God, Slipper.
Mm-hmm. But there is another name in your brain now. Something in the back of your mind that you were worried about.
Mm-hmm.
And his name is down there. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Everybody likes... or was it like...
I'm going to call him Squibbles.
He really...
Squibbles.
It's Squibbles. But like, yes. Your initials for... that can be your middle name or your last name. Those
That's
letters. Yeah.
God. I will figure it out, and...
I can see a very easy one.
Grassy Z.
Yes.
Grazie? It could be... Oh.
Gracias.
Gracias.
Oh, Grazie. Grazie.
Grassy Z.
Grazie. Grazie.
Grazie Z. Grazie Z. You could just put the Z in there to make it like a Grazie.
The grassy.
The grassy.
The
No, no,
Grazie.
it's grassy. No, it's grassy.
You
But the Z, no, it's grassy, but the Z is silent.
Grazie, but the Z is silent. There's a Z in front.
Yeah.
Anyway, Claude Gracie. Let's give some shout-outs, though. So we're going to end it here as you're all learning. You all get your levels up. That's the one thing. So, like, Carrion, who wanted to maybe take a spellcasting class, you can probably take a level of that, if you want it.
Hi, I'm now a part wizard.
Yeah. Wizbarian!
Wizarian.
Oh, no, it's a Wizbarian.
No, she's a Wizarian.
That just sounds weirder.
It's kind of like a Caesarian, but with a whiz in it.
I wasn't...
I'm a barbarian wizard librarian. Listen.
You're more teacher than librarian just because of, things that have happened.
Sure, what do you teach? I think I just hit a blank spell.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh.
For adding spells. Give me a break.
Mm-hmm.
I'll probably be forced at this point to take the level of Warlock again, just because it would make more sense story-wise.
Mm-hmm. Like, your merfolk, you now know that you kept turning into is Zazong Zadam.
Hey, was your grandfather Zazong?
Was this your grandmother's name?
It's like Zam.
Mr. Zadam.
Was your grandfather Zazong Zadam?
And some of them just have titles. Like, Thrall is Surgeon. And
Yeah.
Lakelith is Whelp.
Yeah. I know, I do want to know, is her grandfather's name Zazong Zadam?
I don't know. Grandpa and Grandma were never actually married officially. I just heard stories and how he looked and stuff. I never met him. And the description matched you pretty closely.
Well, if you ever find out
Again,
what his name is, let me know.
I don't know for sure. I would have had to bring you before Grandma, but I mean, I think she's still
Don't
alive.
touch your grandma.
Do I look like your dead husband?
Is this? Does he look like your? Do I look like your dead husband? Yes.
Husband.
Well,
actually, not husband. They were never married. So do I look like your dead fling?
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
Mads! Shout out
Hi.
something. I forgot to do
I'm
the original
here.
stuff in the front. With all that, manipulating, I forgot to have people shout stuff out in the front, too. But whatever, we'll do our normal thing at the end. You're here. Great.
Hi, I'm here. That's it.
Fish.
He's muted.
Okay. Well, I mean, and Mads, might you be
Hang
doing...
on, I'm here.
Yeah. Might you be doing stuff if Tim fixes stuff? Is he ever going to fix stuff?
That depends on whether or not Tiv can actually play that game anymore.
Oh, that's right, new work
Tiv
schedule.
has a new job.
Yeah, new job.
I hadn't heard. Congratulations, Tim, if you were listening.
No, seriously, congratulations to Tiv. It's much better than his old.
Yep, congrats, Dave. If you're here.
Probably isn't.
If not,
We'll have to talk about that post-stream and stuff, because I'm curious more some information that you might have. Anyway, Fish, as we were saying.
hi, it's me, Fish. This week you can find me outside of your local Olive Garden.
Woo! Olive Garden.
Yeah, I'm going a bit fancier this time.
Look,
You're getting the unlimited thrown away breadsticks.
look.
I've got that unlimited pasta pass. It's oof.
I thought you were gonna say
Breadsticks.
unlimited salad.
Breadsticks and salad make up for everything that is bad about Olive Garden. A lot of stuff. That breadsticks is good.
I like a lot of Olive Garden stuff, and the beeping's back.
Yeah, it's not the best. It's not the best Italian, but it's pretty good. Anyway, there are better Italian places. That I will not argue against that. But again, breadsticks rule. Lee.
Hey guys, I'm just Lee Belmont, your noble vampire hunter. I'm also a streamer. I play a lot of games, a lot of speedruns. I'm on a quest to learn 100 different ones, and I'm at 95 out of 100.
Damn.
And the final game I want to run is Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix on critical mode, which is the hardest one, which is kind of like the hardest mode in that, and it's kind of something I'm taking some time to do now before running my 96 game. So,
Hey, more power to you on doing that. You powered through in half a year through most of them. When you're said this year I'm doing 100, and it's the end of May, and you're like, I'm done 95, and I'm like,
I know, I'm very proud. Thank you for the kind words.
Joe.
I'm Joe. I'm on Matt's channel, or Tancis' channel. I will not be on discussing tabletop on Saturday. Unfortunately, I am going to be moving soon, so I have some lease stuff to deal with. But I will be running Grinding Gears on Sunday. We are now weekly instead of bi-weekly. So stay tuned for some more misadventures.
It's space.
And yeah, that's it for me.
And Lindsay.
Hello, it's me, Lindsay. I play D&D every Thursday night. You might see me here and there on that D&D. I don't know if you ever heard of me before, but yeah.
Okay, great. Tantanara and Dracovin, you find me on this channel very often. If you're looking for more D&D RPGs, Grinding Gears, as Joe said, we were off this week from Legacies of Kain and Records of Evil just because things were going on, but someone was sick. Hopefully Jess is feeling better, but hopefully we'll be back next week. So 10 a.m. EST for Children of Records of Evil, the Lawful Evil Modern Faerun game, and 2 p.m. Same day for Legacies of Kain, the Vampire the Masquerade game. Hopefully we'll be back next week for more misadventures, which they will all get their... They all have their levels up, plus they get some extra things that are kind of be going on with their characters as they've learned over the past month, and they'll be ready to continue their journey. Plus, we'll probably go through any kind of extra research any of them might have done to learn. Kazran stuff we already kind of hit up, but some other personal stuff and other things that they might have unlocked along the way, we're going to talk about. So, before they head on to the next leg of their journey, heading towards, I think, the next part is Llanowar, probably.
Lawnmower.
Lawnmower. Then up into the mountains to maybe meet some core. And then off to Benalia. Where
everyone loves some lawnmower elves.
Where Nim will be probably parting ways with you. That's the plan, at least. So. Happening.
But first he has to seduce all of us.
Well, wait. You both were talking at once. One at a time.
Ladies first.
God damn it, I keep hitting the spell! I just said that it turns out that Nim was the shadow person.
Nim was the one beeping this whole time.
Probably.
Nim was the goddamn beeper.
He's got the pager. He's got a pager that keeps going off. It's like, what the hell is that thing? Pager? What the hell's a pager? Magic?
And I said he has to seduce all of us before he leaves.
I mean, probably. But anyway, if you're looking for other stuff, I've been doing a bunch of Stellaris here. I did it before the show. I'll probably do some more tomorrow. With my Rock and Roll Empire, yes, that's what I called them. I named all the planets I settled after rock bands, and all the planets I've conquered, I've renamed either after Steely Dan songs or now I've been on Frank Zappa songs. And there have been suggestions when I run out of them about what the next group is that I start conquering, what I call their planets. Don't know yet. We'll find out. But I think that's about it for everything, for the schedule and stuff. I hope everybody's having a great day, enjoyed the show, and is going to be back next week. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay good, and we'll join you next week as we continue the misadventures with these folks. So until then, farewell, everybody!
Farewell!
Farewell.